Hi, Dawn Lewis here, and it's day 3 in our 5 ways in 5 days featuring blah 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 and blah bunny by Honeybee stamps, which you can find in Australia at dawnlewis.com.au. I am starting with the blah bunny. Yes, blah bunny is featuring as equally as blah 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 today, and I'm double stamping with Memento Tuxedo black ink onto Express It blending card because I will be doing a little bit of Copic colouring. So I've also stamped the little flag because this bunny's just done, so done. All of the colours that I'm using you can see over on the left hand side, and today I'm actually using W00, W0 and W1, and my pinks are RV10 and RV11. So this is a light grey bunny. Towards the end of this series, I'm going to show you some other colouring options, different ways you can colour your bunny, but this one is the warm greys, and I've pretty much used that for most of the cards and things that I'm making in this series. I like the look of it, it's super soft, and I love a soft grey bunny. They're just so cute. So I'm starting with RV10 in the ears, the nose, and those little jelly bean toe pads, and then I'm just going to boost those shadow areas a little with RV11 and then blend it all out. I am using some blue greens on the flag, but I do come in and change it later, so you can actually do better with, I used G O O O O O O O O O and 2. So I did use a few things. Now I've stamped the blanket onto some pattern paper, and I'm just going to use my scissors to cut that out because we're going to pop this beneath him. So this is essentially paper piecing, where you stamp on some pattern paper and then you fit it into your design. So the sentiment that I'm using today, well, I'm using a whole bunch of sentiments actually. I've just got some white cardstock here. It's just average white cardstock, and I'm using my old school stamp positioner to get the stamps where I want them. So you see I'm lining it up because I know I'm going to have to double stamp for a few of them because I haven't used some of these sentiments before. So I'm lining it up, and that way I can double stamp without fussing with my MISTI. This is called a Stamp-A-Majig. I got mine from Stamping Up like decades ago, and they come in all different brands and stuff now. So the sentiment on the front, I kind of made it up as I went, and in the end it's going to go, ugh, life happens, and I've got check boxes for beer, wine, coffee with the ... helps. When I type online, I actually use I use the triple dots quite a lot, and so I like to use it on my card. It's kind of how I envision the way I speak. And for the check boxes, I just used a straight line, and I just stamped it around in a square, and it gives them this cool rusticy box look. So I'm starting with some Distress Ink Mowed Lawn, and I'm giving that a bit of Distress Ink all around the border. I don't use Mowed Lawn very often. I don't know why. It's gorgeous. I'm then coming in with some Vintage Photo because I wanted to kind of mimic the background papers that I'm using. They're from a Kaisercraft pattern paper pad called Limelight. I love the greens in this. It's amazing. I did get a little heavy-handed with some of my inks though, so then I had to adjust. And I've come in with Bundled Sage to finish it. I've just flicked over some water, and I'm going to sop that up with a tissue, or you could use a paper towel or whatever, but it just leaves a little bit of spattering because when life happens, it's messy. Am I right? So, why not have a messy card for when life is messy? That's what I think. So I've matted it on some green cardstock, and now it is time to put my pattern paper. I love this damask. You can see that kind of brown tint up the top left hand corner. That's why I pulled in the Vintage Photo. So I'm putting my big massive sentiment piece up the top, and now I'm going to put my little blankie for my bunny down the bottom, and it's time to add the bunny. So what I'm doing is I've put on some double-sided tape, and I've just trimmed around his little arm there so he can hold the flag, because this bunny gives up. He surrenders, or she surrenders. That's just how it is. And I did come in with a different green to pull it more into the colour scheme that I had going on in the Distress Inked area. So I've glued on my bunny, and that is pretty much that for my bunny here. I did decide though it needed a sentiment on the inside. So I have inked up a little sentiment. I'm stamping it with Distress Ink, not Distress Ink, with archival ink, and it says, hang in there, because sometimes life is a bit tough, and sometimes it's good to send a little something to bring a smile to someone's face in the mail. So there you go. That is day 3's gorgeous green card featuring blah 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 and blah bunny. I do hope you're enjoying this series. So if you are looking for honeybee stamps in Australia, you can find them at dawnlewis.com.au. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope that you have a very crafty day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.